Good morning there, everyone. My name is Rabbit, and I want to somewhat sadly welcome you to our final recording session for our 100% item guide and walkthrough for Legend of Legaia. In our previous episode, we tackled yet another side questy / secret sort of thing. So I showed you guys a little exploit that allows you to acquire Juggernaut early. And then before that, we ended up tackling some stuff at the Muscle Dome. Most notably, we kind of just focused on running from all of the courses there so that we could get a new item. So that was pretty cool. We do still have a couple of other secret things to do, but I want to break it up. So my plan is for us to open this recording session by going to what was previously Rim Elm. It is now possessed by Juggernaut. So we're going to do a little bit of exploring because some of the final armor that we want for our party lies within this new weird Simseru fused form of Rim Elm. And then we will tackle the truly final parts of all of the secret stuff that I told you we were going to explore together and navigate together. So without further ado, let us go ahead and just dive right in. If you do recall, we left off right outside of Ratayu because I did show you all of the summons. So our 3 Rasaru have sort of reached their full potential thanks to Hari. And like I already mentioned, we were able to acquire Juggernaut through an exploit. So I'm going to quickly make sure that I re-equipped everyone with everything. And it looks like I am ahead of my own game. I'm pretty proud of myself. I tend to occasionally be scatterbrained and not recall what the hell it is that I was working on, but I'm with it today, you guys. I'm feeling good. I hope you're feeling good too, in spite of the fact that this is our final recording session. But that's okay. We've still got a little while to go before we see that end screen, so let's be happy about it and enjoy what we're experiencing on screen together until that point arises. So this isn't anything to be too excited about. We know that Rim Elm is in a very sad state. Juggernaut was a dick, thanks to Songi, and possessed everyone here. And Rim Elm is now kind of in the same situation that Konkrum was in, which, as you guys know, did not end well for Konkrum. So there's a lot riding on us being here and trying to fix this problem. So Vaughn approaches the situation with silence. Vaughn, are you all right? I understand how you feel, even if we defeat Juggernaut. Your family and fellow villagers may not return to normal. But guys, there's hope. Konkrum was in that state for a very long time. Rim Elm hasn't been like this for too long, so it's possible that when we take care of Juggernaut, maybe Rim Elm will be able to return to its former state, possibly? Vaughn, I understand how you feel, Vaughn. So I'll wait for you. I'll wait until you feel you're ready for this. I'll wait until you're ready to fight Juggernaut. Noah is so thoughtful. But I think we're ready. Vaughn, you're all right now? You're all right, aren't you? Yes, I think we're okay. Before our own eyes, we've seen many towns recover from the ravages of the mist. We've made many miracles happen. So, Vaughn, you're not alone. Everything we did together, everything we are going to do, it will never, ever, ever, ever be undone. That's why... Oh, Noah... We are like a family, the 3 of us, so I completely understand what she's trying to express. We don't even need your words, Noah. We can feel it in our souls. Gotta love Noah. So we're ready to finally approach the peak of, I don't know if you want to call this Mount Juggernaut, but if you guys do recall, when we were here and Songi first sort of led Juggernaut to this space, Songi himself put this little barrier around Juggernaut's mouth, and we weren't strong enough yet to dispel that. However, it seems like our Rasaru are now in a much more powerful state following us going to the Serukai. So hopefully we can get rid of this barrier and go inside and fix this problem. I'm not sure how we're going to do it, but all you can do is put one foot in front of the other. So let's just make our way through these Gimards. They're going to be easy. Or they should be, anyway. If we can tackle all of the bosses we've encountered, I mean, Gimard shouldn't be what throw us off, but I guess you never fucking know. I'm really pleased with all of the feedback that I received from you guys regarding our previous episode, specifically when I did showcase that exploit for acquiring Juggernaut early. I had never even heard of that before. Like I said, it was about 2 years ago that it was discovered by a member of that forum. I don't want to repeat everything I said in that episode, but I do just want to emphasize that I think it's so cool how a lot of speedrunners like to sort of push the boundaries or see how can they, within the context of the game, you know, without altering anything with an outside device or an external device, like how can they play through the game more quickly, and how can they find little sneaky bitch tricks to make things progress a little faster and more fluidly. So I think that's amazing that someone just kind of discovered that you could randomly run in the door in Retayu to get Juggernaut as early as, I mean, you really can, following the events of Retayu itself. So what is that, like 20 hours into the game? Maybe 25 hours? I don't fucking remember. It might even be as early as 15 hours into the game, depending on how quickly you're cutting through things. But I think it's awesome, and again, huge shout outs to that forum for uncovering something like that. Anyway, let's continue with the actual story here, with Terra saying, now's the time to bring forth the power of the great Genesis tree. Vaughn, are you prepared? Yes, guys, this is what we've been waiting for. There's no point fighting Juggernaut from the outside. Juggernaut's weak spot is on the inside. Are you ready, everyone? We've got to cut an opening and crawl into Juggernaut's body. We must work together. Let's go. With the power of Araseru. We got this. No big deal. I don't know about you guys, but I always thought this was a very cool idea for a final dungeon. It's not even like you're just going through a creepy castle or some underground space to infiltrate, like a hidden lair. You're actually going inside a creature's body. And although I'm not sure what they were going for when it came to drafting the anatomy and designing all of that, you can kind of tell what is supposed to be what organ or what's the equivalent of something else. It's very interesting. We will see shortly, but Noah first has to say, so is that it? Are we going to enter Juggernaut's body through his mouth? I thought we were going to make a cut. It sure seems that way. Brace yourselves. It's going to be a wild ride. Indeed it will be. But we can always exit. I mean, obviously, I already shared with you guys that we still have a couple of secret things we want to look at, but I want to get some of the items that are inside of here. So I know some people like to just come to the final area when it is time to finish things up. I like to sort of optimize my party before I explore certain things, because not going to give any specific spoilers, but we do have, as one of our secret side tasks, an optional boss that tends to kick a lot of people's asses. So I think if you want to really be prepped for that, coming here first and stopping right before you trigger the final boss fight is to your advantage, because you can find all of the armor within here. That is the best armor in the game, and the final armor, I guess you could say, that your party members will be wearing. But anyway, we will get to that when it's time to get to that. Let's go on down the throat here. Ooh, and you can see all of the pulsing and wiggling that I personally find somewhat disturbing. I thought it was creepy when we saw it in Conquerum, and I think it's creepy here in Rim Elm. I believe this place is referred to as the Bio Castle, I think. I always just call it Jugger Elm or Juggernaut Elm. I mean, it's up to you, but check it out, you guys. We've got level 3 Zenwars that are a very beautiful purple slash kind of a, I wouldn't say these are periwinkle, but maybe you could, like a purple blue. I think they look fabulous. Shades of purple are among my favorite colors. I guess I would say blue tends to be, if I have to pick just one color to say is my favorite. But when it comes to a realm or a spectrum of shades, I like the purples more. Like lavender and periwinkle are probably two of my absolute favorite colors. So I guess maybe I like purple more than blue. But as just a standard color, when you're talking about saturated or wet colors, I think a wet or saturated blue is prettier than a wet or saturated purple. But I like more shades of purple than I like more shades of blue. if that makes any sense. I don't know, or maybe I'm just overcomplicating the response to what's your favorite color, Rabbit. So yeah, I guess I would just say it's a tie between periwinkle and lavender, but just an overarching color, I would say it's just blue. Either way, I think the Zenoirs look fabulous, and I'm really digging their palette. I think the level 3 looks infinitely better than the level 1 form. But you know how it goes, and we've kind of had that combo multiple times. You guys know very well by now how I feel about the fact that your poor Seru summons don't change colors with their levels acquired. Although I think for most of us it might not make a big difference either way, because we're probably not scaling all of our Seru summons up to level 9. I don't even think we have any so far that have hit level 9, have we? Maybe someone's Vera is at level 9 or like level 8. But I think for me anyway, I don't use a lot of the offensive Seru too terribly much. So I don't tend to get them far beyond like level 4, possibly level 5. But that's just kind of how I do it. But it's up to you. Some people just love seeing the animations over and over again. So you might be that person who scales almost all of your Seru summons up to level 9. You know, you do you. Now let's keep on rolling around at the speed of sound. Not quite, actually. I'd say we want to take our time making our way through the innards of a Simsaru. This is probably not a place to be too impulsive and to rush our way through. But yeah, we want to go fairly deep into this before we reach our first fork. Oh my gosh, and look at this, level 3 orbs. Guys, we have to take a minute to take them in. Is this not a beautiful color palette? I think before when I was talking to you guys about how I love a lot of the level 3 forms so much more than I like the earlier colors, I think, you know, we've been seeing level 2s and some of them aren't that significantly different, or, you know, it's more just a taste, like personal taste, like, you know, Rabbit, I see where you're coming from, but look at these level 3 orbs. Do you really think that these are not better than the generic level 1 form that we're stuck with forever? Like ours are kind of a deep purple and then they've got the orb, but these are this bright teal. They're just so vibrant, and I think that they look better with the actual fading spectrum of colors of the orbs themselves, and orbs as in the things hovering above them, not them as Seru. Anyway, I think they are gorgeous, and I would kill to have this be the default palette that we have to work with. I would have summoned orb quite a lot more if this was our default guy, but that's okay. No need for us to be brats about it, right? We'll take what we can get and not be too salty about it. Oh, and I think everyone has, or not everyone, but Vaughn and Gala have their evil god icons on. So if you're having trouble making your way through here, you know, make sure you remove those and you can go ahead and put some defensive items on. The monsters here are a bit tough, but one of the advantages to that is that you can do a lot of leveling up here. I wouldn't say in these early parts of Juggernaut that's the best place to do that, but I talked to you guys a little bit in our previous episode when I was showcasing the exploit for getting Juggernaut early, that of course there is a legit way of getting Juggernaut, and that is by leveling everyone up to level 99 and then talking to, oh my god, what is his name? Saryu in Retayu, and he'll give you the key, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to repeat all of that. But a lot of people find it very daunting to hit level 99, but it really isn't too terrible if you do it here in the Biocastle or in, you know, Rim Elm, whatever you want to call this place. You can easily get it, especially with a special accessory called a Crimson Book. We should be picking one up just as an item in a chest in here, and then you can, if you're lucky, steal some from Pueras that are in here. But the Pueras are fucking scary. We'll talk about them when we approach their domain. So for now, let's just take it one step at a time and one level at a time. However, I did just want to let you know that if you are having a bit of trouble here, it's actually a good thing, because it just means that you're going to be hitting those levels, because the XP here is amazing. And this is where I would advise trying to reach level 99. And you can do it. It's really not impossible. Although it does seem quite daunting when you're thinking about it initially, because you can beat the game at level like 40. Or maybe you'd be more like 42, 43. I don't know what the earliest level I was when I've beaten the game before. I would guess probably 40 is the earliest that I have been when I've engaged the final boss. So I'd be interested in hearing from you guys. What was the earliest level you reached when you completed this game? Definitely let me know down below. Anyway, if we run over here to the right-hand side and open this chest, we will find a Rasa root armor. So this kind of brings everything back full circle to what I was saying initially, why I think it's a good idea to come here before doing sort of the final optional boss, if you want to refer to it that way, just because I think you're going to want to have as much equipment as possible, or I guess I should phrase it as you want to have the best equipment possible. But anyway, let's take a second to actually equip this Rasa root armor. So it is for Vaughn, as you can already see, spoilers from the best equipment tab there. So we're going to swap this out, and you can quickly see the changes to upper and lower defense. Fairly significant, so this is a nice thing to go ahead and pick up because it changes the game up for you quite a lot, even without the addition of levels. And speaking of which, Vaughn is fairly close to hitting level 39, so that's great. Noah's got a while before she hits 40, but Gala is also not too far away from level 39 himself. So let us go ahead and just part ways here. We will continue making our way through the Bio Castle in our upcoming episode. We will be picking up all of the treasure here within the Bio Castle. So I'm guessing it might take another full episode, maybe an episode and a half, and then we will go ahead and tackle the last of the optional stuff that I want to showcase for you. And I know a lot of you are very eagerly looking forward to the optional boss, even though that's not the only thing we're going to be looking at, but I do want to let you know we will be tackling that hopefully in the next 2-ish episodes. So thanks very much for watching so far. I am your host, Rabbit, and this is my 100% item guide and walkthrough for Legend of Legaia. I'll see you shortly, my friends.